All right, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting me here, coming back to check out this video. And for everyone new, I will put a link in the description to the introduction video in case you haven't seen that. That will give you a little bit more insight into what this channel is all about. Now, moving on. Today's topic is more of an explanation and elaboration on what I mentioned in one of the previous videos, where I said my goal or the purpose of these videos, where I'm sharing stuff about my life, my experiences, for one, is to obviously stick to my life, like what I'm experiencing, right? I don't want to regurgitate stuff that I've read in books. I want to steer away from that as far as possible. I really want to keep it to this is actual experiential knowing or understanding, right? And I want to keep it to that. And hopefully you can take something away from that for your own life. And then secondly, I would like for this content to leave you more doubtful, more confused, more uncertain about life in general. I want to kind of help you shake up this foundation that you're sitting on that's become so rock solid that it feels like it's actually a stable thing. And yes, I want you to start questioning literally everything, especially the stuff that I'm saying, right? Some of the ideas will be very radical, others not so much, but regardless, you want to verify for yourself if there's any truth to it, right? Don't just take my word for it just because, I don't know, I may come off as convincing or whatever it is, right? Like, do your own research. And this is one big experiment, right? Me sitting here in front of the camera talking to you. This whole life, all of this is one big experiment. There's no clear path, that I see for myself for this body, ego, Martin, right? It's just I'm following what life presents to me. And then some of the things turn out to be not, worth pursuing further. Others are. And this will be a topic actually for another video, how to start seeing what life is presenting to you. Right? This stuff is already right in front of you, but most of us, we're just too busy, too wound up in our own little worlds. Wound up, wound up. Yeah, wound up, yes. And so that's a topic for another video. But understand that everything here is an experiment that I'm doing, and I'm letting you partake in this, right? And hopefully you learn some stuff along the way for yourself. But the only way to find that out is by you actually implementing, putting it to use, trying to utilize it, right? And then seeing, is this helpful? Does this turn out to alleviate some of the suffering I'm experiencing? Right? Is this helping? And if it's not, discard it. There's no time, for stuff that's just filling up your life, which I mentioned in a previous video. Let it go. Whatever is relevant to you on your journey at this time, right? That will sink in. That will stick. And the other stuff, don't worry about it. Let it go. Maybe it will come back at some point, and then you're ready for it. Right? But there's no point forcing anything. So that is my goal with these videos. I'm actually looking forward to finding some comments of people being like, you fucking this is bull, you know, just expressing their disagreement or triggeredness, if that's a word. And it's scary too, right? Like everything that you so firmly believed in is being questioned all of a sudden. Like literally every stone you have to turn and see what's underneath. No more taking things just for what other people tell you they are, what your parents told you, what society tells you, right? It's work. But it's the most rewarding thing you can do. And if you want to be free, if you feel like there's no other way, then you will start doing, then you will start acting. Because the alternative is suffering. And most of us, we want to heal. Some of us want it more badly than others. But deep down, we all want to be free, unbound, and happy. I mean, everyone's talking about, I want to lead a happy life. That's what we all want. And then we act completely foolish. Like we're ignorant to our own ignorance. And that's obviously a recipe for unhappiness in most cases. So you following along and listening to this and willing, even just the willingness to listen, right? That's already a big step. Because there's so many things demanding your attention these days that you really have to choose carefully. Or else your 24 hours, they just gone like that. And how many of us are just wondering, where is the time? Like, time just flies. We don't notice how quickly all of this goes. Right? And yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have suffered to have come to this point where now, I just decided to start a YouTube channel and actually have you partake in this journey. So thanks for following along. And there's much more cool, triggering, offensive stuff to come. So stick around for that. That will be the best part. Even if it may not feel that way in the very moment. But later, maybe even years later, you'll look back at this and you'll be like, wow, this was actually the most life-changing stuff. This was the stuff I needed to hear